Bad breath after 60. You brush, you rinse, you floss, and it still comes back. The frustrating truth is that what worked in your 40s is no longer enough. Your mouth has changed. Your body has changed. And the causes of bad breath after 60 are fundamentally different from what most people assume. Today, you are going to find out exactly what is happening and what actually fixes it. Here is something most people do not realize. Bad breath is rarely about hygiene alone. Especially after 60, the mouth undergoes significant biological changes with age that create conditions where odor-causing bacteria thrive regardless of how diligently you brush. Saliva production decreases by up to 40% in adults over 60, according to research published in the Journal of Dental Research. This is not a minor inconvenience. Saliva is your mouth's natural defense system. It washes away food particles, neutralizes acids, and contains antimicrobial proteins that actively kill odor-producing bacteria. When saliva diminishes, bacteria multiply unchecked. The result is persistent bad breath that no amount of brushing fully eliminates. But reduced saliva is only one piece of the picture. There are three primary causes of worsening bad breath after 60, each requiring a specific solution. Understanding all three is the difference between masking the problem and actually resolving it. Drop a comment below and let us know where you are watching from and how long this has been bothering you. We read every one. Cause 3. Tongue bacteria buildup. The third cause is one of the most overlooked sources of bad breath at any age, but it becomes significantly worse after 60. The surface of your tongue is covered in thousands of tiny projections called papillae. These create a rough, porous surface where bacteria, dead cells, and food debris accumulate in layers. As saliva production declines with age, this buildup intensifies because there is less natural flushing action keeping the tongue surface clean. Research from the University of Buffalo found that the tongue surface accounts for up to 80% of all mouth odor in older adults. The bacteria living in this buildup are anaerobic, meaning they thrive without oxygen and produce sulfur compounds as a byproduct of their activity. These sulfur compounds are the direct source of the rotten egg smell associated with bad breath. The solution is daily tongue cleaning, but technique matters significantly. A tongue scraper is far more effective than a toothbrush for this purpose. A toothbrush moves bacteria around the tongue surface without removing it. A scraper physically lifts and removes the bacterial layer in a single stroke. Use a tongue scraper every morning before eating or drinking anything. Start at the back of the tongue and draw it forward in one firm stroke. Rinse the scraper and repeat 4 to 5 times, covering the full width of the tongue. This single habit, done consistently every morning, removes the primary source of sulfur-producing bacteria before they have the opportunity to multiply throughout the day. Cause 2. Dry mouth from medications. The second cause affects the majority of adults over 60 and is almost never discussed in the context of bad breath. More than 400 commonly prescribed medications list dry mouth as a side effect. These include blood pressure medications, antidepressants, antihistamines, diuretics, and cholesterol medications. Many seniors over 60 take 2 or more of these simultaneously, compounding the effect significantly. When medications reduce saliva flow, the consequences for breath go beyond simple dryness. Without adequate saliva, the pH balance of your mouth shifts toward acidity. An acidic oral environment is precisely the condition in which odor-causing bacteria grow most aggressively. Additionally, dry mouth accelerates gum recession and creates micro-pockets along the gum line where bacteria accumulate without exposure to the natural cleansing action of saliva. A 2022 study published in the journal Gerodontology examined 600 adults over 65 who reported persistent bad breath. Researchers found that 73% were taking at least one medication known to reduce saliva production, and the severity of their breath odor correlated directly with the number of such medications they were taking. You should never stop or change medications without consulting your doctor. However, there are highly effective ways to counteract medication-induced dry mouth. Staying consistently hydrated throughout the day is the most immediate step. Sipping water every 20 to 30 minutes maintains moisture in the oral environment and partially compensates for reduced saliva. Chewing sugar-free gum containing xylitol between meals stimulates saliva production mechanically, and xylitol itself has been shown to inhibit the growth of odor-causing bacteria. Breathing through your nose rather than your mouth during sleep also significantly reduces overnight dryness, which is when bacterial overgrowth is at its peak. Speak with your doctor about your concerns. In many cases, alternative medications with fewer dry mouth side effects are available. Cause 1: gum disease and bone loss. The most significant and most serious cause of worsening bad breath after 60 is periodontal disease, commonly known as gum disease. Research from the American Academy of Periodontology shows that nearly 70% of adults over 65 have some form of periodontal disease, yet the majority are unaware of it because its early stages are painless. Here is why gum disease produces such persistent and severe bad breath. As gum disease progresses, the tissue surrounding the teeth pulls away from the tooth surface, creating pockets. These pockets trap food particles, dead tissue, and bacteria in spaces that are completely inaccessible to a toothbrush or standard floss. The bacteria living in these pockets are primarily anaerobic and produce extremely concentrated sulfur compounds. Because the pockets are sealed off from oxygen and saliva, bacterial activity inside them is continuous and uninterrupted. After 60, the situation is compounded by natural bone loss that occurs in the jaw with age. Bone loss widens the gaps between teeth and deepens existing gum pockets, creating even larger reservoirs for bacterial accumulation. A standard oral hygiene routine simply cannot reach these areas. The most effective tool for addressing this cause at home is a water flosser. Unlike string floss, which cleans between teeth at the surface, a water flosser directs a pressurized stream of water beneath the gum line and into the pockets where bacteria accumulate. A clinical study published in the Journal of Clinical Dentistry found that water flossing reduced bacteria in gum pockets by 99.9% compared to 57% with string floss alone. Use a water flosser once daily, ideally in the evening after your last meal. Set it to a comfortable pressure and direct the tip just below the gum line along each tooth, pausing briefly at each gap. This reaches the bacterial deposits that are directly responsible for the most persistent and severe breath odor in older adults. Equally important is scheduling a professional dental cleaning every 6 months. A hygienist can remove calcified bacterial deposits called tartar from beneath the gum line that no home tool can address. If you have not had a cleaning in over a year, this single appointment may produce the most noticeable improvement in your breath of anything on this list. 3 causes: tongue bacteria buildup addressed with daily scraping, medication-induced dry mouth managed through consistent hydration, xylitol gum, and nasal breathing, and gum disease tackled with daily water flossing and regular professional cleanings. Bad breath after 60 is not inevitable. It is the predictable result of specific biological changes that have specific solutions. Address all 3 causes consistently, and the difference will be noticeable within days. Your mouth is the gateway to your overall health. Treat it accordingly.